Hey y'all, it's Dena, your favorite dietitian. I'm back out here again, walking. I just thought I'd do a quick check-in, and I know that I promised that I would do more videos about my weight loss / GLP-1 journey so far. And so I guess I can give you an update. I finally reached Wonderland, yay! And if people are wondering, what does Wonderland mean? Well, Wonderland is spelled Onederland, like Wonderland, because that means that the person has officially gotten out of the 200-pound range and now they're in the 100 and so pound range. So as of this morning, I was 198 point something or other. I can't remember what the point number was, but yesterday I was 199.2. So that's nice. Let me just say, I was in 199.2 range like as of last week sometime, but I didn't believe it. I was like, oh yeah, right, because my scale, I'm always fluctuating. It's like, oh yeah, right. Next day, tomorrow, I'll be 201 again, or 202. I'm sure y'all can relate, but no, it's official. Your girl is even down to 198 as of this morning. But I guess I shouldn't be surprised. I'm pretty consistent with everything. It's just that sometimes the body does what it wants to do when it wants to do it, right? And that can be quite frustrating. So there are many times where I felt like I was never going to get to this point, that I was going to be in the 200s forever. And I'm sure some of you all can relate to that too, where you felt like whether you're in the 300s, 400s, or wherever you are, you probably feel like, I'm never going to get out of this range. But that's simply not true. If you stay consistent with your efforts, you'll get there. And if there's a plateau, you just have to stop, reevaluate, reanalyze. If you're not working with someone to help you with that, if it's overwhelming for you, then you need to get someone to help you with that. And I am one person that may be able to help you. You will see my link to schedule a one-on-one session in the description and comments below. But I always tell people, don't schedule with me if you're not ready to work. I'm just saying, you're not ready to work, because it's not my fault if you don't reach your goal and you didn't do what you're supposed to do. I'm just saying. A little tough love right there for you, so you know how I operate. Anyway, back on topic. So yeah, that's just my quick update. Sunday, we had our second live session for the Real Talk Reset program, 30-day program that I recently launched. And it was another hit. 3 people showed up. I have more people in the program than that, but 3 people showed up. So far, it's been an average of 3 people per session. The kickoff session, the first week, that's on January the 11th, that first Sunday, there was 3 people in the morning and 3 people in the afternoon. So that's 6 people total. I consider that a win. Heck, if one person shows up, I consider that a win. Because I know that we can all be busy, especially those of us in midlife. We're very, very busy. And those of us like me who also have ADHD can just kind of forget. Not that we don't mean to attend, we just kind of forget. But anyway, so 3 people showed up yesterday too. And there was one person there that hadn't showed up during the first one. So yeah, it's going well so far. Sunday, I made a turkey meatloaf. Yes, I made a turkey meatloaf. I have tried 3 turkey meatloaf recipes so far, and this one that I just made is my favorite by far. And if you want that recipe, comment recipe below and I will give it to you, okay? I'll send you the link, no problem. But it was really delicious. We ate it so fast. Once again, I didn't take a picture. Whoops. But there is some left. Maybe I can take a picture. It's not going to look as fresh and pretty as it did the first day, but you can get an idea of what it looks like from a person that actually made it, you know. But anyway, that was pretty tasty. We had roasted red potatoes with it, which I drizzled in some olive oil, some seasoning, salt, and some pepper. And I'm not really a potato person, but my husband is. So I had to make sure he had his potatoes. I had a little bit because I can't have a lot. I had to control my blood sugar. And we also had a mix of green beans, corn, and carrots and sweet peas. Yeah, it was like a vegetable mix type of thing, mixed vegetables, I guess you call it. And so those were pretty good. I kind of let the group lead the discussion, but that will probably change. The goal was to show up, taking action, meal prepping, meal planning, whatever you're going to do, exercising. I wanted everyone to be taking action. I didn't want to be the only one doing things during the session. But, you know, some people have already done what they needed to do when they show up, and so there's nothing for them to do. And so then that kind of puts me in the spot to have to feel like that I need to entertain in some way or keep it going. And ideally, in my mind, when I created the Real Talk Reset, it was okay, we can all kind of be quiet and mute ourselves and work on what we got to work on. But it didn't work out that way, and that's okay. That's fine. I'm okay with talking to people. It's just, you know, now I have the added thing of making sure that I have something to discuss during that time for people who, some people, they just want to talk, you know, they just want to fellowship during that time about their weight loss journey or other things that they want to talk about. And that's fine as long as they're reaching their health goals, because, you know, it's not social hour and they know that. I've been working with most of these people for a while now, but just in case anyone is considering joining Real Talk Reset, I just want to make that clear that it's not social hour. You are coming to work, okay? You're coming to work. Let me make sure I'm looking at the camera because I'm on my phone. All right. So anyway, yeah. So as I was saying, you're coming to work, okay? And because you're coming to work, show up to work, I have written a book and an ebook that goes along with the program. I got cut off, I guess. I don't know if I'm pressing a button or what, but I was saying that along with the Real Talk Reset program, there is a ebook and a workbook, and it can be printed out, and some of them have printed them out. But the feedback that I got was that during the lives, perhaps I can discuss the ebook and the workbook, like some prompts in there, just to make sure people are covering the material. And maybe some people haven't had time to read it or whatever, but this is my way to ensure that they're getting the most out of the program by even utilizing those sources. And so I think that's an excellent idea, just to have something to talk about during the time in case people don't have anything to work on, and also keep the group on task, I guess. And I believe that's a part of being a good group facilitator as well, is making sure that we stay on target, people are discussing what we're supposed to discuss, and people are getting the most benefit out of the program that they can. And some more feedback about the ebook and workbook, or the Real Talk Reset program in general, is that they would have liked for the ebook and workbook to be fillable. You know how you can make PDFs fillable, so I have to figure that out. But in my mind, when I created it, I have an iPad, and not everyone has an iPad. So on my iPad, I have the Notability app, and I can put any PDF in there and write on it, and it saves it automatically. So that's something to think about, making the workbook fillable. And then another piece of feedback was maybe including the recipes that I'm doing, sending those out, because people may want to make the foods themselves. And I'm trying to think, there was something else I wanted to mention. Oh yeah, and I tried to record the lives on Google Meet. Let me just tell you, your girl should have known better. You always supposed to test out your systems before any launch. Now, you can't predict everything, but you're supposed to test your systems out. And I know that, I just didn't, because I've used Google Meet so many times. I prefer Google Meet over Zoom and everything else. But this time, Google Meet kind of failed me. I could not for the life of me figure out how to record. And then come to find out, I don't think you can record live sessions on an iPad, because that's what I was using. So then I put it on my laptop, and I still couldn't figure out how to record it. And mind you, I have a paid Google Workspace account, so you're supposed to be able to do all that in there, and it's supposed to be all secure and everything. So anyway, I'm gonna have to test that out, and if that doesn't work, I'm gonna have to switch to Zoom, because now I don't have recordings of the live sessions, right? I did promise that, or I did say that in my program, people would get access to the replays, but they're not gonna have it. So just a little word to the wise. I guess I just wanted to give you a little back office or behind the scenes information about the Real Talk Reset and me working on it and launching it and everything. Some people like to know that information. If you don't, it's okay. I'm still going to do it. I'm still going to talk about it a little bit for those of you that want to. But anyway, my walk has come to an end, and let me get in this house. I will talk to you next time. If you need to reach out to me, my contact information is in the description below. You can like, comment, or subscribe, or all the above, either one. Now, here's another side note. I'm getting off topic again before I get off of this. A lot of YouTubers say, don't beg people to like, comment, and subscribe to your stuff, or just give them one option. It's too overwhelming for them. And I don't know. What do you guys think? I'm gonna keep saying it. Sometimes I don't even say any of it. Sometimes I'll just say, oh, hit the notification bell or whatever. I don't know. What are y'all thoughts on that? I don't see it as begging. Whenever I've had a YouTuber say like, comment, and subscribe, it just prompted me to do all three, and it wasn't like a big issue to do all three. I didn't always hit the notification bell because I don't always want to be notified, but like, commenting, and subscribe, I may not even comment. I might just say hi, but I would at least like subscribe or like it, but I feel like it gives a person a quick idea of their options, and they can choose one. Even if they just do one, that's great. Liking is probably the fastest one, but hell, really the biggest payoff, likes are nice, and comments are nice too. That helps the algorithm. But really, when you watch the video in its entirety, that really helps me big time if you want to help your girl grow. Anyway, I gotta go. Peace out. Bye.